a game-sealing interception. Words that I didn't wake up this morning here in Germany think that I'd be saying.
But why does it always seem to be looking at you with you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Turning me on, turning me off, making me feel like I want to.
Before I get into the episode for this week's game, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who reached out and, just the well wishes I got asking about how the trip went with my mother-in-law. As listeners of this show know, last week I drove my mother-in-law to Florida. I was on day 2 of a 3-day drive. During the last episode, I was in South Carolina as I watched our Patriots lose to the Washington Commanders. So I got there on Monday. We got to Florida on Monday. Helped my mother-in-law, kind of unpack, get settled. Tuesday rolled around and helped a little bit, but more was I was able to just kind of hang out, sit by the pool with a bunch of old people that were like, if you don't hear people talking right-wing, odd conspiracies with a Philly accent, like this hardcore Philly accent, like you haven't lived. I don't know if I coined a new term, but I was texting my friends calling them Philbillies. They sounded like a Philbilly. But anyway, that was on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I did fly home and made it home safely, and I just had the rest of the week off, so I haven't been back to work. So that's one bright side. But I just want to thank everybody who reached out just to see how things went, which, of course, is none of you. None of you. Because none of you bastards reached out. I mean, there's barely enough of you listening. Never mind. Imagine having enough listeners that someone actually would reach out to see how I went on a stupid trip with my mother-in-law who doesn't stop talking. Oh, my God. I mean, that whole entire thing, yes, all of it was true, but not the part where I'm thanking you, because no one reached out to me. No one, and nor would I expect anyone to reach out to me. But I thought I'd rather put on some theater than talk about another shitty game. The Pats are in 4th place in the AFC East, but that's out of 4 teams. Today, when you think it couldn't get lower, when you think you've sunk to the bottom, you say, wait, no, there's more. But wait, there's more. The Patriots lose today to the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts were 4-5. Better than you are, but you lose 10-6. They're not a great team. They had friggin', I want to say Gunther Minshew. I know it's not it. Gardner Minshew, their backup quarterback in there. They didn't do anything. They didn't blow you away. The defense, even with 2 of their best players out, the defense gave up 10 points to a not, and it wasn't like the defense played lights out. Colts aren't a good team. Minshew's not a good quarterback. He did enough. But you didn't get blown out, and you didn't hang in there with some great team. You made this team look like the offense that they are. But guess what? They did the exact same thing to you. The Patriots put up 3 points in the first quarter and 3 points in the fourth quarter. The only difference is the Colts put up a touchdown in the first quarter. They also put up a field goal in the third quarter, and that was enough. That was enough. And then you think, welp, is it all over for Mac Jones? Like, was this the proverbial final nail in his starting quarterback coffin? I don't know the answer to that, obviously. But didn't Bill say, like, oh, we'll worry about next week? No, we're not worried about that right now. He didn't say no definitively. So that could just mean he didn't want to, make the next 2 weeks because the Pats are on the bye next week. Oh, baby, no loss next week. The Pats are on the bye next week. So he didn't maybe want to make the whole conversation of, wow, it's now Bailey Zappi's team. But of course, not answering that will make people talk about that as the whole conversation over, the next 2 weeks. Anyway, every word will be scrutinized. Every practice. Oh, this guy took first team reps and all that shit. It'll all kind of, be dissected in the hopes of trying to figure out who's going to be the starting quarterback at the next time the Patriots play. And I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care. I have no expectations for this team, and it doesn't change the fact that I still root for them. I still yell at the game when they're losing. I'm up, 9 a.m. That was kind of great, wasn't it? Like, the game was done, and I was like, and my wife said, "You want to go take the dog for a walk?" And I said, "You know what? I do." And it's only 12:30. Wonderful. So I imagine being an East Coast fan living on the West Coast must be magical because you get this every week. But I still, would have been excited if they pulled it off, and happy. And I'm bummed that they lost, even though I don't know. Every loss is better for the quote unquote draft position because we're at that point now. We're that team now, 2-8. 2-8. Right? They were like, Belichick has his 300th win. I was like, yeah, that was like weeks ago. I felt like that was a lifetime ago. Right? That was the Bills, the game that no one gave them a chance to win. They win. And then they go and lose to the Commanders and the Colts and Miami. Well, Miami, you didn't expect. But, it's like you lose track of how long ago a win was, even though there's only two of them. And they're both in the division, which is hilarious. There's nothing left as far as expectations. You think when they beat Buffalo, you think, okay, if they could somehow pull out Miami, but even not, they could go on a little bit of a run. The way they played in this game, they could go on a little bit of a run with teams like the Commanders and the Colts. And what is it? In 2 weeks, it's the Giants, I think. Like, all those seem like winnable games. And they all were winnable games. You didn't get blown out. You lost by 3 points and 4 points. They're all winnable games. So it's like you're good enough to be in games with subpar teams. And you know what? That could be the Bills right now. I don't know what, to expect with them. Like, what are they? 5-3 or something like that? Like, they're not, or 5-4 or 6-3. I don't know. They don't have they're not the team. People are disappointed with the Bills. I don't know the exact record. But they're in second place out of a four-way, division. So who knows? I don't think the Bills are over. Oh my God! And while I'm watching this, I have the NFL.com is just replaying highlights on silent, and I just watched Zeke, who had a good day, but then fall or step on his own man before getting in the end zone, and that just led to nothing. I mean, that. When you think about what the actual decision, at the moment they pulled Mac out, it was the interception that he threw, which I literally do not understand did he just not put enough on it? Is he that weak as far as throwing the ball that he couldn't loft it over their heads and drop it into Gesicki's hand? Because Gesicki looked wide open. I'm seeing the pick now. Either he's not seeing it or he can't do it. I don't know what it was, but that was disgusting. And then you forget, Zappy. Zappy's no better. Zappy might be worse. Maybe he's different, and maybe he has like a good zip on the ball, but there's nothing, special about Zappy. There's no like magic sitting on the sideline. You were an okay team last year. And he came in and started 2 games and you did okay. But then that pick, I don't know what the hell was going on there. Here's the thing. The team was 2-7. Zappy's got the ball, no timeouts. They're making things happen as far as getting first downs. They're heading towards something. And you no matter what, if you're an actual fan, no matter what, you get excited for these things. Oh my God, this would be amazing if they could pull this off. Yeah, if they pull it off, they'd be 3-7. Big deal. Nothing fancy about that. But it would be an exciting win, on a game that is nationally televised for the people, internationally televised. And it would have been just a nice, like, same thing with the Buffalo. It felt like a big win, but also good for the team morale. And then this was just like everything. Even the rookie kicker, he missed, basically a chip shot. And if Zappy pulled this off and came and marched down the field and scored a touchdown, it would have been incredible. It would have made the what do they call that? The narrative. That's the word. I was thinking of the fancy word. It would have made the narrative more, this is Zappy's team now. They have to go with Zappy. How could they not go with Zappy? Blah, blah, blah. And I don't blame Zappy all that much. The guy comes in not expecting to play. Well, maybe, I guess as a backup quarterback, mentally you have to say, I'm going to come in. I'm ready to play at all times. That's part of your job, if not most of your job. But in reality, you're not thinking the guy's going to get benched, in a winnable game. This wasn't a blowout, and they said, you know what, you're done, Mac. We're shutting you down. This was, we could win this game, and we don't want you to go out there. You just don't have it today. We don't trust you. We'll put this guy in. And I was like, whoa, the fake snap, the fake, spike. This is exciting. And then he throws it to 16, 17 Colts. And one of them was the one to catch it. And again, I can't blame Mac with everything. This offensive line is beat up. They're hurt. And they suck. Mac would turn around. He'd have this play where he'd drop back, turn around, and be like, oh, hello, Mr. Colt. Thank you for smashing me and hurting me and sacking me. So you can't. Now, is that all on the line? I think that's mostly on the line. Sometimes could it be Mac indecisiveness? Could it be receivers not getting open? Because there's a lot of receivers not getting open. I feel like it seems like everything is a struggle. Everything is a struggle, including for us fans watching the game. The one thing I don't like doing is going on Facebook and seeing people I know complain. I don't mind Twitter where it's mostly strangers and dopes. But on Facebook, I'm not saying they're not dopey people on Facebook that I'm friends with. I'm sure they think I'm dopey. But I know these people or know of these people or are acquaintances of these people. And it's just like, I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. You probably think the same thing as I do, but I really don't need you to put it in a big giant colored box on the screen with poop emojis. No, thank you. We know the team sucks. We know. We don't need to hear from you, Uncle Jim. There's no actual Uncle Jim. I'm just making a hypothetical. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I feel like I'm still going to come back next week because at least next week I won't be bitter after a loss. It'll just be like, well, here we are. And maybe by next week we'll have an answer. Maybe we'll be talking about who's getting ready for the starting quarterback job in the following week. It's the middle of the season. It's more than the middle. But it's actually the perfect place for a bye. If you are a good team, rest up and get ready. And also, when Mac ran for that first down, did he do that dive thing again where it's like, oh, I got hit? That just looks so just childish. Is that the word? I don't know. It looks silly. But one thing I won't be doing is listening to any sports radio because, again, I'm a giant hypocrite. I do a podcast about the Patriots. I hope people listen to it, but then I myself will not go listen to other things. I'm getting enough therapy just, or entertainment talking about it right now. I have no interest in hearing what any of those Sports Hub or or even more EEI people have to say about it. So I think I'm done. For this. I mean, not done the podcast, just done this episode. There's nothing more to say. The team stinks. they'll put, they'll take 2 steps forward, they'll take 2 steps back. They come together like opposites attract. It's exactly like Paula Abdul and was it DJ Scratch Cat or something like that? I don't remember. Just look it up on YouTube, kids. But the most important thing is I got home from Florida safely. No longer, I'm not recording on my phone this time around. I'm recording on an actual nice microphone. For all of you, I just wish there was a better thing to talk about, but there isn't. So I'm looking at the AFC East right now, or the AFC in general. Miami 6-3, the Bills 5-4, but the Bills are playing tomorrow night, I believe, or tonight. The Jets are playing tonight, I think. The Bills are playing tomorrow night. So theoretically, the Buffalo could go 5-5, and the Jets could go 5-4. The Jets could be in first place. And it makes you think that if Aaron Rodgers was on the team and performing at a level that, he's accustomed to, that the Jets would be probably the best team in the AFC East, right? Because even if you gave them 2 more wins, they'd be right up there at the top. They'd be 6-2, and Miami is 6-3. Did Miami must have had the bye this week? I don't know, and I don't know if I care. But the Pats are 2-8 in the AFC North. The 5-4 Cincinnati Bengals are the last place team, which is crazy. And in the South, 3-6. So far in the West, 3-5. You have the worst team in the AFC. So you beat all of them in draft picks, but the Giants are 2-8, and Carolina is 1-8, and Arizona's 2-8. So you have other teams. So right now you are at a 1, 2, 3. You're in the top 4 as far as a draft pick. I don't know what's available. I don't know if we're starting over with a new quarterback. But if you can get a top 5 quarterback, top 5 player, and there's a quarterback available, I feel like you have to do it, because I just don't think Mac's the guy. And I used to hope he was. First year, it was, like, I think we have something here. Let's grow and let's improve upon things. And it just hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. And we're going into, we're midway through year 3, and it's going in the opposite direction. It's not staying pat, and it's not improving. It's going in the opposite direction. And it's a shame, because I like Mac. But I don't think he's your answer long term, when I used to think he was. So if everything in the coaching in the front office stays the same, I would like to see, hopefully they get a top 5 pick, or they get something where they can, I hate to say it, but move on, because I just bought my wife a Mac Jones jersey the other day because she wanted a shirt for Patriots week. Remember I talked about me buying a jersey, and I didn't. But I did buy her one, but it wasn't that expensive. I think the woman's jersey was a little cheaper, and it was Walmart, so it's not like an official jersey. It looks nice. Unfortunately, it just, it's for the quarterback that might have just got benched, so I don't know. We'll find out next time when the Patriots play, I want to say, the Giants. We'll go with that. Let's see. So let's go with what we have left for the season. I said I was done, but here I am still yapping. We got the Giants. And here's the thing. Every game I feel like is winnable, and every game is losable going forward, except maybe Kansas City. That's the one I feel like they have no chance. Giants, Chargers, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 6-3. Incredible. KC, Denver, Buffalo, Jets. So theoretically, you could go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 7. Wait a minute. 9 and 8. Theoretically, if you win out, which would probably be the worst case scenario, because you're not going to get in the playoffs, and you're not in a position, if you want to move on, you're not in a position to have an amazing draft pick. I can't imagine you're going to go 2-15. I don't think you're going to lose out. but you might because you stink. You stink, you stink, you stink. You have a loss. No, you have you lose to. I thought 3 in a row, but this was preseason. You lose 2, you win 1. You lose 3, you win 1. You lose 3. So they're ready to win 1, and then lose 3 in a row. I don't know. I can't believe if you guys are still listening. Go on Twitter @Patriots_pod and put in the code word. Tweet to me the code word #cinnamon. That's right, #cinnamon to prove to me that you are still listening. That's Patriots_pod on Twitter #cinnamon. So that's it, my friends, fellow Patriots fans. I survived yet another drive. I'm doing it again in April, obviously. I don't have it booked yet, but that's just the way this shit goes. We are traveling down. My wife and I are traveling down in February, but that's for a leisurely vacation. I'm not packing. I'm sure I'll be reaching for things because she's short, so I'm going to have to reach some shit, but I'm not there to pack. I'm not there to drive. I'm just there to be on vacation. Then a couple months later, I got to do this all again where I fly down and drive her back. Or I did tell my nephew, listen, if you can convince Nana, if you could tell Nana, hey, Nana, why don't you just fly back? Let Uncle drive, your car back and drive your dog back, and you just fly back. And I said if he could convince her to do that, I would give him $100. That's for my nephew. Nephew, if you're listening, yes, the offer still holds. If you can convince your grandmother to do this, $100 in your pocket. That being said, if anyone wants to Venmo me $100, that would be great. So that's it, my friends. Until next time, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Again, you can find me on Twitter @Patriots_pod. You can email the show, patriots@fansnotexperts.com. And you can go find every episode of this podcast and all the other amazing podcasts that I work on at fansnotexperts.com, because I'm not an expert. I'm just a fan. Who knows who we're rooting for next week, but no matter what, we're always rooting for what's best for the team. Until next time, the Patriots are now 2-8. They lose to whatever team they played today. Oh yeah, the Indianapolis Colts, 10-6. They basically had a high-scoring baseball game. Oh my God, this offense is so bad. But at least next week, we don't have to think about it. But I still think I'll be talking to you then. If not, I'll see you the following week, and we can complain and we can just pout some more, because that's what we do as Patriots fans now. We had a good run. So no one's feeling sorry for us. All right, kiddos. I'll see. I don't know why I just said that. I'll see you next time. But until then, go Pats.
Fans not experts.